Hello and welcome to the Dr. Jaime Show. Happy Friday, Facebook. Happy Friday, Big Chat. I'm so glad that you are joining me on this wonderful day. It is sunshiny here in Florida. Even if it's not sunshiny where you are at, make it a sunshiny day. Tomorrow it is going to be 92 and sunny here in Tampa. I can't wait. Yes, I like it humid. Yes, I like when it's hot out. People hate that. I love it. I love the sun. It does something. It empowers me. And truly, that sunshine does something to me, and I love it. So, it's funny because I'm a life coach, right? And then, if we have 3 days of rain, I'm like, life is terrible. And I feel just, awful and sad. And then the sun comes out and I'm happy. So I need my own life coach during the 3 days of rain that we get here in Tampa, Florida, occasionally. So the Dr. Jaime Show is your 1 hour per week that you get for yourself to focus on success, on beauty, on happiness, on fulfillment, things in the life that are going to push you forward. You don't really get politics. You definitely don't get math. You'll never get calculus because I can't provide that to you, but I can provide awesome guests and great content to help you move your life forward and in a healthy and happy direction. So if you haven't already, get your pen and paper because we have tips for you. Krayl Funch, home and event stylist, is with us today. She's going to give us tips on our homes, what we can do better. She's going to give us tips on events. I'm going to find out the difference between an event stylist and an event planner because I kind of messed that up at one point. That titles and last names. I'm not very good at it, but you're working with me, Facebook. Big Chat, you've always worked with me. We have a lot of admin, so let me start with the guests that we have coming up here shortly. So next week, we have Jennifer O'Ryan. She is a feng shui specialist, and she's going to tell us all about the different areas of the home and the way that we position things and whether or not doors are aligning. I mean, crazy stuff, fun stuff that we are going to learn about in our home to kind of have that energy flowing through the home a little bit better, maybe through the office space a little bit better. I think she even has helped design homes with architects and explained where certain areas should go and what side of the house bedrooms should be on. It is so fun. I can't wait to learn from Jennifer O'Brien. Then we have Akesh Patel coming up on the 12th of May. I can't believe I'm already talking about the 12th of May. That's crazy. He is the founder of Elevate, and we are going to learn why it is so important to get immersed in your community. And I'm going to share with you a story about community here in a minute. Then on the 19th, we are doing a power team. We have Katie. I got it right this time, okay? I planned this all week. Kromitsos. Are you so proud of me? 3 weeks to get that right. A beautiful woman. Why can't I get it right? Businesswoman rock. She is the founder of it. We're also having Lauren Davenport as part of that power team on the 19th. Then, yes, remember last week we had fingers crossed about the astronaut? We officially landed him. I can release that info. I'm so excited. I hope you are excited. Big Chat, do me a favor and personally message me any questions that you have for the astronaut. Facebook message, you can throw them on the chat this time. If you want, even if you have questions for Krayl, put them in the scroll, but also if you have questions for the astronaut, go ahead and put them in the scroll and we'll write them down and put them aside. We are going to be live from Kennedy Space Center, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on June 9th with John McBride. And any questions that you have about the entire process, we're going to ask my son who wants to be the astronaut. He has a great question. I might have shared this with you last week, not sure, but he wants to know if a black hole came close to the sun, would the strength and the energy of the black hole be able to suck our sun in? Great question for a 6-year-old. I thought, maybe I'm biased because I'm mom, but any questions like that you have or about his journey, message me, email me, put them in the chat, and we will make sure that they are asked live on the show with John McBride on 6/9 live from the Kennedy Space Center. Okay. So those are the upcoming guests. Okay, so a little bit of rundown and different things that I want to share with you today. One, the Mommy Mastermind is up and running for 2018. If you are a mom that's balancing your home and your business and you want guidance, you want a strong, close-knit support system, this is the mastermind for you. You're going to hear keynote speakers, you're going to get coaching from me, and then you're going to have all of the other ladies around you to support you throughout the year. So you can just go to drjaimek.com and click on the link that says Mommy Mastermind. And then the book. So for teens by teens, we have created Pier 99 Publishing and Dr. Jaime have teamed up to create an ebook for girls, by teen girls, for teen girls. So if you have a daughter, a friend, anyone that you know between the ages of 13 and 19 that wants to be published in a book, it will only be their first name and their age. Their location and their last name will not be included in the publication. We want that daughter or that teenager that you know to write for us. We want to know a little bit about an experience they encountered, what they learned for it, and if they were mentoring a girl a couple years younger than her, what would their mentorship advice be? So we're putting girls in a position of leadership to mentor, but also for younger girls to pick up this book and learn, oh, this is how someone dealt with bullying. This is how another girl said no to sex. This is how another girl said no to drugs. This is how a girl dealt when her father wasn't around or her mother passed away. And it's a whole bunch of, it's a compilation of different things that girls go through to help other girls make it through similar situations. All right, so I want to share with you something that I did this week. So we talked about the importance of being immersed in your community and growing your community. And one of my goals this year in 2017 was to immerse myself even more in the community. But one thing I want to tell you, there was a period in time for me where I immersed myself in the community, but I was doing it in the wrong ways. I was saying yes to everything. I was part of every club. I was trying to be the leader of every club. Sure, you want me to be on the leadership team? Great. You want me to join this group? I don't even know what you stand for, but great, I'll go anyway. I'm overwhelmed. I can't do my work, but sure, I'll join your group anyway. That was the wrong way to do it. So I took a long break, a very long break, years of a break. And now I have that passion to get back and immerse myself even more in the community, but this time with a little stronger knowledge base, learning from the mistakes that I had made. So I said, what do I want? What am I passionate about? I've told you I'm passionate about the water. We just did that ocean cleanup. I'm also passionate about helping students grow. I'm a professor at Ashford University. So I'm always teaching and educating. Well, for me, the University of Tampa has a core, right? It was a school that accepted me in, and I came from a past where I had no money, I had no education, I didn't think anyone would accept me, and they accepted me. So that initially was really strong and important for me, so it tied me to the school. I met my husband there, now I have 2 beautiful boys, so there's a huge rock and foundation when it comes to the University of Tampa for me. So I wanted to give back. And now, as of like 2 weeks ago, I've been accepted into the Board of Fellows at the University of Tampa. Very prestigious, very honorable to be accepted into something like this for a university with a magnitude like University of Tampa. So I wanted to share with you where I start and where I don't want to say ending because my life is not ending, take that back, the start and where I am now. So I've always wanted to get back to the University of Tampa. And when I graduated, my husband and I were dead broke. We've made every mistake in the book. You've overdrafted your account. I'm sure someone out there, we did it every day. We were learning. And I remember times being so tough where we're overdrafting the account, we have no money, and I get these slips in from the University of Tampa. And it's like, how much do you want to donate? And it's like 25, 50, 100, X the box. I'm like, 25 bucks? I'm like, oh my God, I'd kill for 25. And then meanwhile, I know in the back of my head, there's people that can donate $100,000. So I'm like, I can't even donate 25 bucks. So I made my own little box next to the 25, and yes, I might cry. And I checked 10. So I made a box, I wrote 10, and I checked it. And I wrote a check for $10, and I sent it, and I felt so good that I was able to give back. If I didn't have 10 bucks, I would have put $1. So probably a month later, I get this slip in from the University of Tampa, and it's in an envelope, and I'm thinking to myself, it's another donation. I can't donate another 10 bucks right now. We're so broke. And it's actually a thank you for my $10. And it says, from a student, bonjour, donor. Did I say that right? I'm not French. I hope that was close enough. Okay, so he's saying hello to the donor. I want to take the time to say thank you for your donation to UT. Your contribution has helped students like me receive scholarships such as the Dean's Scholarship to further our education. Thank you. He puts his name, class of 2016, BA in criminology. I cried my little heart out because my $10 somehow made a little difference. It was all I can do, but in the big scheme of things, it made a big difference. Like the ocean cleanup. We got 20 bags of trash. In the big scheme of the ocean, you think that did anything? Well, no, right? On the big scheme, but for where we live, it made a huge difference. I'm doing what I can. So that being said, I've kept this in a treasure chest in my room this whole time, years and years and years. I won't ever let this go. So this week, I was able to donate a large sum of money to the University of Tampa. My heart was shining and so bright, and they are inviting me to a dinner to meet the person that is receiving my money as a scholarship, allowing them to take classes at UT, and I will meet them face to face. I will be hysterical. You will hear it on the news. There was a hysterical girl with a mental breakdown. That was me. But I wanted to share with you that it didn't happen overnight. It took probably a decade to happen. And you start small, but do whatever is like a fire and a flame in you that you feel passionate about, and go for it, even if you're doing just this much, because then it can be like this much. And today, it is this much, and it's so exciting, and I can't believe that I was able to give back like so many people have given to me. So I did that without crying, and I'm going to shift gears a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and bring Krayl out in about 5 minutes. So one of the things that I did for Forbes was write an article on creating a vision board. And I'm going to kind of read this, but skip over some parts. You can go to Forbes.com, type in my name, Jaime Krulaga, vision board office space, and I'm sure this article will come up for you. Came out early this week. What is a vision board office space? And I think this is going to blend really well with what Krayl's going to talk to us about. And we can play off each other with this space. So I'm going to start reading it, and then we'll just go from there. Sometimes the chaos of the day has the ability to demotivate us, distract us, or push us to lose focus. When we are demotivated, we risk not performing to our best standard and can lose sight of our goals. Here is one easy midday routine to help you reset and get inspired. Create a vision board office space. And now I want you to start taking notes, because for those of you that are in a gray room with a computer, you need to take notes especially. Many of us have heard of a vision board. A vision board is a poster board or the like with cutouts of pictures that motivate you, goals that you're working on, and powerful quotes to help push you forward. We should all have one, and if you don't, I do encourage you to go ahead and create one. The vision board office space is a little bit different. It is where you extend your vision board into the physical space where you work, wherever you spend most of your day. You want to go ahead and surround it with objects, pictures, inspirations that are upbeat, colorful, and goal-focused. It can be easy to overlook a vision board, but when you are completely surrounded in happy thoughts and colors and inspirations, it does something different for you. It inspires you. Visualizations are powerful, and there is a real value in taking time to visualize your dreams coming true. We've talked about this time and time again. In fact, Mark David says, the way we imagine the body is a foundation for how it responds physiologically. If you want to get inspired, you can't surround yourself with 4 gray walls and a computer. To feel empowered, motivated, and inspired, you must surround yourself with objects or words that get you moving and visualizing. Sometimes the day-to-day stress, I understand, can completely weigh on you. And remember that while you can't always change your immediate situation, you can change your perspective. I'm skipping over some of this, so make sure you get the article. When you create your vision board office space, I want you to think one word. I want you to think culture. Create a culture in your space that motivates and inspires you. Then at midday, reserve time to reflect and look around at your space. See what you already have and think about where you want to go. This is resetting. Will your current attitude help you reach those goals? If not, look around your vision board office space, reset, and get back on track. Will you let the chaos of the day control all of your goals and dreams that you have for yourself? If not, look around your vision board office space, reset, and get back on track. It is only who you, it is not only, and this is, I want you to remember this, it is not only who you surround yourself with that can impact your success, but what you surround yourself with too that can impact it. So here are 10 ideas that you can put in your vision board office space. For those of you on Facebook, feel free to go ahead and chat in some additional ones to help other people learn what they can put into their space to make it more inspiring. Here are the top 10. Your vision board, pictures of family and friends, a colorful mouse pad with one with a quote on it maybe, your favorite quoted frame, fortunes from your favorite fortune cookie. If you have a desired title, so maybe you're pushing for that PhD and you want to be Dr. Roberts, go ahead and put up there Dr. Roberts in front of you. Real plants or flowers, the best letter or email you ever received from someone, right? Something that makes you laugh hysterically, and a good book. So those are some of the tips, things that you could do. I always like to do this, so I'm going to do this. I just feel like I need to do that sometimes. Okay, very good. So, okay, we told you about the mastermind, we told you about the ebook, we shared some of my stuff on UT and why you should get involved with your community and give back. You can't wait any longer, and neither can I. I'm done talking. Let's give the floor to Krayl Funch, home and event stylist. Come on down. Yay! I said we need music, like on Ellen, right? Like, but then I'm infringing on something.
Like a Wheel of Fortune, or when you go up to the Price is Right.
The Price is Right. Facebook would yell at me for copywriting. They'd be like, you can't use that. Shut up. I love you, Facebook. I'm just playing. Welcome to the show, Krayl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was in the zone there. I was listening off on the sideline, and I was like, getting in like the trance mode. I was like, okay, what do I need to make my office?
Well, it's funny because I saw you at like my side, and I was like, does she know I'm going to call it Krayl Funch? Come on out. She's in the pool. No.
Right, I was staring out at the boats out there, and I was like thinking about what the weekend's going to hold, my dream office. And
I love it. I love it. Okay, so welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so before we begin, I want the viewers, we always have the guests, tell the viewers a little bit about something unique or interesting that nobody knows about you or very few people know about you.
Well, I mean, some people know, but very few people. I was torn, you know, when we were talking about this, about what would be my story, whether it would be about my husband, our relationship, or
we want to hear both.
or my growing up. So, but I would say, I think that a lot of people don't know we lived overseas a lot when I was younger.
Okay.
My father was in oil. People always say, oh, you know, military or oil at that time.
Yeah.
So it's very prevalent. So we lived in Iran. We lived in England. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know. Like that's unique or interesting.
So I think that is you know, something that sculpted who I am today and allowed me to be very open to different cultures and different design or different food and things like that. So that's if you have a chance, I know you guys always do a bunch of stuff with your kids, but trying to get your kids out, and whether you live overseas or just travel around and experience different things, I think it's very important as a kid to be exposed to different ideas and so that you're not just in your little bubble.
Yes,
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. And for people that might not have the funds or the time to be able to travel, one of the things that we do with our boys is we get them in language. And
Right.
I can't believe the door within their brain that has been opened because of language. It's crazy. So we have them in, and this is by choice. They wanted to do Japanese, and then we also have them in Spanish too.
Japanese.
All by themselves. Like one day Wesley comes to me and is like, I want to do Japanese. I'm like, yeah, I want to learn Korean. I'm like, yeah, just keep going. But I mean, it was him saying that for 6 months when I said, you know, and I kept saying, let's do Spanish. You can use Spanish more. Let's do Spanish. Let's do Spanish. Mom, I want to do Japanese. I said, why am I fighting this?
Right.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
So he wanted to do Japanese. He did great at it. He's doing great at it still. And then eventually he ended up saying, I want to learn Spanish too. And that was on his own.
Right.
So not
Yeah.
forcing the kid, I think, is important because then
Yes.
they don't enjoy it.
Right, no, yeah.
Yeah.
And there are, I mean, like you said, if you're not able to have the funds to actually, go too far, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of museums,
Yes.
local museums offer, free or discounted tickets to children on certain days, so look into that and just experiencing, even as an adult, I think
Yes.
it's very important to make sure you keep it
up.
Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. All right, so, I always put a pop-up quote
Okay.
on the backboard, and then you tell me whether you agree with it or disagree with
Okay.
it. You can absolutely disagree with it, but you
Okay.
have to tell us why. So I found on Google, well, actually Siri told me this. Siri told me that the golden rule for decorating is live with what you love. And then it was an unknown quote. I call it Siri, but so Siri wrote that. Live with what you love. Do you agree or disagree?
I definitely agree with that.
Why?
Yeah. Because, similar to what you were talking about, your surroundings and, affect you more than we know. And it doesn't have to be, it can be expensive things that you love, but it can also be just items that you find, outside, maybe on a walk. I know a lot of times I go for a walk and I find leaves and I bring them into the house, or, just living with what you love, and whether that's a paint color or flowers or anything around you. I think it's very important to be surrounded so that you feel happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's funny because we were.
Like you said, your 3 rainy days.
Yes,
I
I can't
yeah.
deal with it. I see like a little
I did,
fly.
I did
We
wanna-
see it. No, that's okay. If I start hitting Krayl, there's like a little.
There's a little.
Last week
yeah.
there was a lizard. So
Oh.
there was a lizard last week
In
here. Yeah,
yeah.
and he was during the show, and I was like, please don't jump on me. Please don't jump on me. So Krayl.
You know they don't bite. You know
This
they
is
don't
always
bite.
This is
Yeah.
it's a live show. What do you want? We have
In
we
Florida.
got a little in Florida. So if you see a roach, just ignore it.
No.
No, don't
June
ignore
bug.
it. Oh.
June bug.
I don't know. Oh, right. So I was at the beach talking about bringing things into your home that you love, and we found a beer bottle top in the water. Like the metal ones, the ones you don't want to step on. And it said "One Love" in the middle of it. And I was like, so we took that and brought it in. But I think you can find a little.
Like the old-fashioned pull tabs.
Yeah, I have to show you later.
Okay.
It's the beer bottles. You have to use a bottle opener to get
Oh,
off.
okay, like a
yeah,
cap.
like a cap.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The 3-letter word. A cap, Jamie? Yes, a cap. It said "One Love" in it, and it kind of fits this house and the vibe.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to keep that.
Yeah.
But it does. I think surrounding yourself with color and taking the time. So often we have a workspace, especially where it's just like, I just got to get to work. I just got to get to work. No, I don't have time for all this. Make the time to create your
Right.
space.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, whether you're working at home or in an office, a lot of people say, "Oh, I have a cubicle." It's nothing I can really do with it, but there definitely are just
Yes.
little picture frame of your family or your pet,
Yep.
and bringing in little touches that the office will allow you to.
I love it. We're going to find out all these little touches. Krayl Funch, home and event stylist. Okay, we are going to learn about you now.
Okay.
All right, so tell us a little bit about you personally and professionally so the viewers know where this information is coming from today.
Okay. Who is this information?
We want to know
Who is talking?
Is she legit? Because if she's not, we'll kick her off live on the show.
I'll go back out to the pool. I might try to get kicked off now. No.
I know nothing about event planning.
Yeah.
Can I go in the pool now?
Yeah, right. That's part of it. It's definitely part of the planning process. So, obviously, my name is Krayl Funch. I'm a home and event stylist, and I have been living in Florida for the last 7.5 years now. Prior to that, I lived in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour outside of New York, for those of you who aren't familiar with that area. And I grew up in Connecticut. So I spent most of my life in the Northeast and then moved down here to marry my college sweetheart, and have just made so many great friends, Jaime included. And it has definitely, where's your big foam finger? I got you.
Oh, I wish I had a foam finger right now. You're going to get no content. We're just going to laugh all day.
No tips.
No
at
tips
all.
today. Okay, so going back to me being your number one.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Back to me.
Okay.
So, and learned about, and speaking about, learning different cultures and different plant and material and, different ways to do your hair so it doesn't frizz up in the humidity.
I need that.
Yeah, I haven't
brown
mastered
too.
that skill yet, but and it's been a great experience. I still am able to go back up north. I still have a lot of clients up there, especially during the holidays. But I'm really loving being in Florida, and I loved what you were talking about, the community. And I think I actually remember you and I having a conversation about that time where you were feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, and saying like it sounds like you're doing too much. You need to focus. So and I am completely guilty of that as well. When I moved here, you're trying to build your business. You want to get out there. You want to do as much as you can to get into the community. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And I did the same thing. I pulled back, and I would say in the last year now, actually, much better about the clarity of like where I want not only my business but my life to go, and what people should be involved in that, and what groups, and what that means within the community, whether it's business or personal. So I've kind of had that same journey with that. So back onto the what I actually do.
Okay. Going back to me being her friend.
Right. So home and event styles, and we talked about a little bit before the show. There is, there is a difference between, and it's slight, and so some people may not feel that they even really necessarily understand the difference between an event planner and event stylist. So I call myself a home and event stylist because I do home styling as well as event styling. So I'm not a true full-time event planner. A lot of times when I even bring up the event side of it, a lot of people think, oh, you must plan weddings. That's immediately what goes to their in their brain. And although I have done weddings, that is not my specialty. What I really am passionate about is working with private parties at people's homes. And so that's where the home and event styling come together. A lot of it can be seasonally inspired or inspired by an event that they're having. You might be having a graduation party at your own home, and you want to make sure that the house looks the way you want it to look, and the party goes off without a hitch. So there's a lot of overlap in what I do. A lot of my clients come to me when something is coming up in their life, like an event. So that's where maybe they're hosting something, or they're having friends come and visit. So a lot of that, it doesn't have to be a large gathering. It can be a dinner at their home. A lot of times I'll do a tablescape for a dinner party. Christmas Eve, I do Christmas Eve tablescapes. Easter, I just did some tablescapes for clients. And so it's more about preparing your home for living well and entertaining within your home, which is one of my favorite ways to just think about it.
I love it. And there were pictures you had before, maybe in Thanksgiving or something, where you'll do like walkways up to the door or something too, right?
Yeah, entranceways.
Yeah, that looks great. And you don't even have to, you could not host a party for the entire season.
Right.
It's just kind of making the space look eventful, even though you're not having an event.
Exactly,
right?
yes. Yeah. And I love seasonal decorating, especially around the fall. It's just so much fun because there's so many, just all the gourds are beautiful, and I'm a big believer also.
That's how you know she's passionate. That's how you know. There's people like that redo highways, and they're like, that highway looks beautiful. She's like, the gourds are beautiful.
I mean, it is. I've never looked at it that way, but it is. I mean, I like around that time of year, you can. I mean, you just go to the farmers markets and the array of different colors and shapes. I mean, I have to cut myself off. I honestly do. At my own house, I have to cut myself off and say, no more gourds. Like, it's ridiculous.
Krayl, walk away from the gourd. Walk away. Hi, I'm Krayl Funch.
Yeah.
I'm a gourd hoarder.
But, I mean, and then they last so long. All right, we don't need to obsess about the gourds. But I do believe that your entranceway to your home is important.
Yes.
I mean, you have a great entranceway. Really, it speaks about what you're going to find on the inside. It's very welcoming. So, and again, you don't have to. I mean, you can spend some money, but you don't have to spend a ton of money to do it. Just keeping it clean and fresh. And I know your feng shui girl is going to talk about that too. Entranceway to your home is important. So, well, she'll tell you how to space clear it, and then I'll bring some cute stuff in.
Nice. I love it. We're teaming up here. Okay, very good, excellent. And then going to the personal life, you said that you are married. How long have you been married for? I didn't preface this question.
That was not in the question. So,
moving on.
So see, no, this is why we honestly, I'm guilty of it, and so is my husband, Pete.
Okay.
We're both guilty of it because, and just a real brief story, we dated in college, broke up, and then got back together again. So I feel like we've been married longer than we actually physically, like legally have been married. And we both say that. I think it'll be 6 years this year.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 years in a couple months. So better.
She is married.
Yeah, and luckily we have this gorgeous bowl that someone got us as a gift, so I can check the date there. I know the date, but the year. Yes, that's a good tip.
I love it. Now I know when I create questions, I'm going to put in there, if I ask you how long you were married, be prepared. It's okay if a girl does it, but not a guy.
No.
Because girls then are like, how do you not know?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move on. Okay, so her journey. So tell us a little bit about your journey, how this even got started with being an event and home stylist.
Okay, so like many journeys, the path is, not always straight.
It's never straight.
It is never straight, yeah. Sometimes it's a little bit more windy. But I think a lot of times when you look back on your life, you see that there was a hint of something in your past. So I actually went to University of Delaware for finance because that was, sort of, there weren't a lot of creative people in my family that had professions within the creative field. Now my aunts are very creative and crafty and do amazing things, but no one had a creative job. Everyone in my family had, very corporate type roles. So, and I actually like math, and I don't like calculus, but I'm okay at math.
Good, so if I ever need math on the show, I'll be
but not calculus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything under calc.
Yeah. Or just around it. Like, it's just, anyway, we just watched a movie, and there was a lot of calculus. And have you watched Hidden Figures?
Did we watch Hidden Figures once?
Great movie.
No.
Yeah. Very women power kind of thing,
good.
so I would definitely watch it, but it's about the space program also. So
Ooh,
good
nice.
timing, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So tying into all of your upcoming things, yeah. So I went to school for finance, and I came out immediately and was like, I don't want to go into banking. I don't want to wear a blue suit.
Yeah.
That I knew. That
you do
sticks
look good
in my
blue, though.
brain. But the blue suits, the financial suit, in the 90s is not a good look. So, but thank you.
Yeah.
So are you.
Thank you. Now back to the show.
Yeah. So I had always sort of worked. I worked, in food service in college, and made money. And so I actually went into. I managed a restaurant, and I really loved that. I loved the experience of it, and the hospitality side of the work world is something I'm definitely drawn to. I like helping people. I like using the things that I'm good at to help other people have a better life or a better experience during their day. So I did that for a long time. Then we moved to Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and I started working with clients doing container gardens, and I loved that. And that was sort of when I started doing container gardens when I realized first it was just like kind of a hobby, and I'm like, okay, I'll make some money. And then I realized that I was like, oh, I'm good at this. I see mixtures of colors and textures differently than other people do. So then I started doing seasonal. Some people started saying, can you help me with Christmas? Can you help me with my gourds?
Yes, I will help you with my gourds.
I got into it that way and started working with private clients, but still it wasn't my full-time business. I just was doing it, and I loved doing it, and the clients I was working with I really enjoyed. Then, and to keep this going a little bit, I got involved with, I worked with Waterford Wedgwood, which is a crystal and china and giftware company. And I was traveling around doing, speaking for them as encouraging, talking to couples about getting married and how their registry, etc. And I really found that talking about these items that I personally already had in my house, because we grew up with a lot of, with china and crystal in my house and being used at the holidays, it really reinforced my, love of setting a beautiful table and having beautiful things around. And it doesn't mean it has to be over the top. but that really reinforced my passion for it. And then also realizing, again, I would go in and do store displays, and I realized that I looked at things differently than other people. So I did that for a couple years, and then came out of that, and then went directly back into working with my clients. And now I had a reinforced passion about doing this, about doing the styling and working with them. And I started to find kind of a small group that I work really well with. And those are professional women that are completely crazy with building their careers, and whether that's a doctor, lawyer, CEOs, and they're out, out in the world using their passions to build their life and make the world a better place. And I'm able to work with them in their homes and use my passions to make their home the place that they really want it to be.
Which is kind of like what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes you go into your office space and you just want to go work. And like
Right.
the doctor, the CEO you're talking about, they just want to
Yeah.
go out there and live their passion. So you're going in and you're just working. And you don't have the time to set
Right.
all this stuff up around you. You need to make the time. Whether you're hiring someone like Krayl or you're putting it together yourself, you need to go ahead and set up that space.
Absolutely.
So, so then you started working with these women, and then what? It started to develop into something that you're like, I'm going to do this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so really, when I moved to Florida, I just started doing that full time, and I really love it. I really enjoy the process of working with my clients, and feeling like they're actually grateful. There's things that they've been thinking about they want to do, but they either just don't have the time, or that's just not how their brain works. Just like we said, math is not your thing,
Right. Well,
So
neither is Pinterest. So I like Pinterest, I was telling her, and she's like, you like it, you appreciate it. I do, because like I have a much more creative mind. Okay, let me give you an example. You know how like you're like so hungry, and so you pile on the food, and then you only eat a quarter of it, and they say your eyes were bigger than your tummy? That's how I feel. So I go on Pinterest, I have all these great ideas, I make these pin boards, I'm like, this is beautiful. And what I do does not turn out anything like what I'm seeing on Pinterest. So let me, for us, the people out there that can relate to me, there's a picture, have you seen the picture of the lamb cake on Facebook? No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, so around like Easter.
Well, and then there was like the what it.
Nailed it. It says like I made a. You gotta search this. You gotta search this like lamb cake Easter or something, and then put nailed it. And they have a picture of like this beautiful cake of a beautiful like Lamb of God. And then someone tries to reenact it and make it, and it looks all mangled, and they go nailed it.
Yeah.
Like, right.
That is the problem with Pinterest. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate that there is a place for Pinterest, that it has, that it does help you
Get ideas.
but I think a lot of times Pinterest is just overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I am concerned that some people now do not entertain because they feel like they have to have the perfect lamb cake.
Oh,
You know? And so they're like, oh, forget it. I mean, if my kid's birthday party isn't, I have a full-size boat in my backyard with,
With elephants.
right, with nautical cupcakes perfectly
Right.
placed on an anchor
Yes.
stand. Yeah. So, right.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. So that being said, are there any tips that you
Stay
can
off of
share?
Pinterest.
Okay.
No.
Tip number one. Right? Because we like see perfection in these.
Right. Yes.
And they're like, it's so easy to do. In these 97 steps, you can accomplish this. I can get that step too.
It's not. No, and I mean, it's great. I use Pinterest with some of my clients. I also use Pinterest. So I work with a lot of clients, but I also, I provide content on my website for inspiration. So it may not be a good fit to work with me, but you can go on and get inspiration on the website. KraylFunch.com.
KraylFunch.com. Plug it. Okay, so can you share with us a few tips about what we need if we're planning an event, or how to style our home? Like, what are some 3 solid tips that they could take and use in their life?
Okay. So I'll go with, it wasn't gonna be my number one, but I will go with using your number one.
Okay.
And I'll use that as one of your starting points is find things that you love, first of all,
Okay.
and use them. I actually just had a meeting with a client yesterday, and there were several things. She's like, okay, I don't really like this anymore. I don't like that anymore. And I mean, I was glad that she was saying this to me, but if you find you don't like something, just get rid of it. I mean, or give it to Goodwill.
Yes, right,
You know, don't
right.
throw it in the trash, because it's probably someone else will love it. But find the things that you love, and that could be, you know, a table that you love, and then build around those things. So that goes my second point, is find an inspiration piece for each room.
Okay.
I think is a good way. It may be just for your
What do you
house
mean?
in general.
Explain what that means.
So say this would be your inspiration. I don't know if you guys can see this, but so this is a pink, and this is actually a good inspiration for your house. Pink and gold, you know, mug, and don't worry about the mug, but then it has a little flamingo on here, and so this could be your inspiration for a room, or a powder room would be really cute in this. You could do, you know, you could do some pink walls, or even if you did white walls, you may live in an apartment, you can't paint, do some pink towels and some gold accents.
Oh,
so
nice.
and that helps you, you know, if you like it on this, you're going to like it expanded,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
this would be your inspiration piece. You could do the same thing with, you know, if you have any pieces of art, or I have a glass vase that I love, that I kind of use as an inspiration for different tables. But find something that inspires you as a piece, and don't go, everything doesn't have to go bananas and match it, but find something that inspires you and use that to inspire the room. And you'll find that the colors all sort of come together. Then you don't have, you know, something crazy electric blue, and
Yeah.
then, you know, which you don't like, doesn't really match. It helps you combine that. So number one,
Do it.
find
Yeah.
what you love. Two, find an inspirational item.
Should
that
you do
like.
the same inspiration throughout the house, or should every room have its own inspiration?
So I would say each room should have its own inspiration.
Okay.
But that being said, you want to make sure that the house has a nice flow.
Okay.
You don't want to have the items, and most likely if you're picking the things that you love, they're not going to have such drastic differences.
Okay.
So especially, so for here, you know, you have a wide open space, you want them all to correlate. You might want to use the same inspiration for this, but maybe in the bathroom you could do something a little bit more bold.
Okay.
It's a smaller space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So,
Okay. And
yeah.
tip number 3.
Tip number 3, I would say, don't get stressed out.
Okay.
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, don't get overwhelmed, and you know, it can be a process. That building a home and designing a home can be a process. It doesn't have to all happen within the first week that you move in.
Yes.
I
love that.
Yeah.
I think that's the hugest thing. So we moved in this house a year ago, and I started getting stuff, and I was like, Jamie, stop, because you're going to be in this home for 25 years.
Right.
You're going to collect stuff.
Yeah.
Like just little things that add that really unique touch
Right.
that I probably couldn't find. Like I
Yeah.
find this really cool little thing in a cutout of a magazine, and I put it somewhere like really discreet. So if you're washing your hands, unless you're washing your hands, well, you won't see it. But like just like little things,
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, I came to her house 20 times and I never saw that.
Right.
And I'm starting to like do that instead of like buying. I don't need to do that. I'm like, we went to Cozumel. Like, I gotta travel there. Let me bring something
Right.
back and bring it into the
Right.
home. Instead of going in Target, I love you, trust me, I love you. But instead of going to Target and spending $1,000 and bringing
Right.
stuff in the home, kind of just be patient and allow that process, because you're going to fill it
Yes.
up with even more beautiful things
Yeah.
you love.
The bank gives you 30 years, so
Yes.
take advantage of it.
Exactly. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to move on because we have like 17 minutes here. Okay, and we have so many questions. Okay, the biggest holiday for you. What is the biggest holiday for you as a home and event stylist, and tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I would say more over than a holiday, it's the season. So
Okay.
the bigger season when I'm doing seasonal decor is, and then also events on top of that, is starting right before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So people, you know, they're having friends and family over. Most of the time we're entertaining a lot during that time frame, and they want their home to look a certain way. So I would say, yeah, starting in different climates. So up north, sort of after Labor Day, you go right into fall. Here we wait a little bit longer.
So like February.
Right. Yeah, the Florida market is a little different because they jam, like, you know, you gotta do, Thanksgiving is very short because it's still so hot. And, you know, there aren't a lot of, like, cornfields and gourds growing around, so you don't have that same feeling about fall. Yeah. So in the northern climates where I work with my clients there, I'm able to do that a little earlier, and then here people kind of do it like 1 or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, to be honest. And then we go, and then right into Christmas.
Yes.
So that 6 weeks there, I am usually just slammed in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it.
And then it probably rolls right into New Year's. Do you do some stuff for New Year's?
I do some New Year's, but it's not the same. It's just not the same because the Christmas and just because the decor part is so big, and then some. By New Year's it's easy. Yeah, that stuff is easy by then.
Okay.
But yeah, so I love it. It's really. But then also, the spring people want to do a spring refresh, and that's nice. But before Easter or Mother's Day.
That does feel good. It does
Yeah.
lift up your house completely, making that transition. Like, I feel like, I can't explain it, but I feel like, and I love Christmas, but I feel like it's really heavy. Like,
Yeah.
maybe because the colors are darker, the greens
Right.
and the reds and stuff. When she did mine, I was like, I want a
there's
tropical.
yeah.
No, I was like, I want no red. I want no red. I want tropical. I want blue. I want
Yeah.
seashells. I want to feel like it's May. No, but she did a great job with it. You were dead on, exactly. I wanted like a coastal Christmas, and you did great with that. But I feel like Christmas is a little bit heavier. I can't explain what I'm trying to say. Maybe Krayl gets it in some way.
Well, and maybe I think spatially there's also a lot going on.
Yes.
So just your brain is probably heavier, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then we tend to have a lot more things out during the holidays. You
Yes.
know, whether that's
Yes. That's probably it.
Yeah.
There's so much out, and then it
Right.
is spring is like just like an uplift and like
Yes.
kind of declutter. So
Yeah.
okay, all right. I know I'm get off tangent. Okay, keep me on.
All right.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, what are some of the challenges that you face as an event and home stylist? Because I wrote in here, like when I try to hang a wreath, like I can't even hang a wreath. It's terrible. So like you've got to like encounter some type of challenges. What are they and how do you deal with them?
Well, I think the challenges for me, it's not the decor part
Okay.
necessarily. It's, I think, getting the client's mindset, or I shouldn't say kind of making sure that we're on the same page.
Okay. How do you
Um,
do that?
So I really like to have a consult, whether it's, ideally it's in someone's home, but like I said, I work with clients out of the state, and so sometimes it's over Skype and we're looking at a space. I have clients that sometimes they have a vision in their head of what they already want, like yourself. Yeah.
It's in here.
Yeah.
I can't get it out.
Yeah, and so I think sometimes that's the most challenging piece, is trying to make sure that I'm creating what they're envisioning, but also in a way that's aesthetically pleasing, Because sometimes we have ideas in our head, and then they don't always come out
Yes.
so that it's pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, especially I bet with the
yeah.
color, and like you said, you see texture differently.
Right.
It's like I'll go to like the lady that does my hair, and I'm like, I want this, do this. She's
Right.
like, I was like, that's so blonde, I want that. She's like, Jamie, that's red. I'm like, this is not red, this is blonde. She's like, Jamie, if I do that, you're
Yeah.
gonna look red. I'm like,
Right.
where do you see red? But somehow she's right.
Yeah.
And so I bet with you and
Right.
the textures and stuff, you've got that different eye. You said that.
Yes.
That's got to play a role in what we're thinking, and you're probably like,
Yes. And I mean, and so while we're talking about that, I think another tricky thing is to basically not insult people.
Yes.
Honestly, and I mean, you know me, I like to make friends, not enemies. So I don't want to rock the boat too much, but at some point they are usually hiring me to give my opinion. So sometimes it's a fine line, though. That something may not go. But I really try to respect that it is that person's home. It's not my home.
Yep.
And so even though there may be something that I might not put in my own home, if it goes with their style and overall aesthetically it looks cohesive, then I try to go along with that and realize they live there, and that's the most important
Have
thing.
you ever had a horror story of work go on?
No,
Never.
never.
Never? I hope she's not smiling because it's me. She's like, I
Never.
can't tell what it was her.
Never.
Never?
No.
Really?
I love all of my clients.
I don't know if I've believe her. I feel like she's gonna tell me after the show. Maybe I'll just keep the camera rolling and I won't. Can you share any?
I think honestly, hopefully you learn from each experience, and there's some projects that you're like, oh yeah, I nailed that, know, and then there's some that leave you wishing that you've done something a little differently. So I think just in any life experience, you just hope that you learn something from it and move on.
I would think that there would be like some client though that's like, I want this, and then you're like, but the texture's not matching, and I don't know if you should do it, and then they're like, no, I'm telling you this is what, and then you get it, and they're like, I hate it.
No, I haven't had that. No, I haven't had that.
I tried to chat Facebook. I tried to pull out something. Okay, what about like a total super amazing success? Like, this is why I do what I do.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that when you sent me some of the questions over, and although we talked about I'm not a wedding planner per se. I would have to say one of my most, and I don't want to get emotional like you were trying to get.
I was trying to hold on. Sometimes, just so you know, secret about Jamie, I'll like pinch myself. Like I'll just be sitting there and like focus on the pinch. It hurts so bad you can't cry.
All right,
I'll pinch.
A little pinch. So we're gonna walk away with like on my arm.
Didn't work after Jamie.
Was a wedding that I planned and executed last year for a long-term client, and it was her daughter. So I've known the daughter, since she was 7 or something. I mean, literally, I've known her for 20 years. And so she was getting married in upstate, is it Pennsylvania or New York? It's way, way up. I think it might be, it's very high up.
Okay.
And
somewhere high up in the U.S.
Yeah, somewhere, and because I want to say it's Pennsylvania, but I don't think it is. I think it's New York. So, and they're going to kill me. I'm so sorry, Saunders.
She's not good with like wedding dates.
Yeah, I'm good with
so don't judge her. Don't judge her.
But it was the wedding took place at a family camp, and I had heard about this camp for years, and being able to be there and be a part of their family celebration was a beautiful thing to do. So that I would say my biggest success. Yeah.
Oh, has someone picked her? Those moments are. And there's so many that I have as well. Like with clients telling me, I got my degree because you pushed me to start, or this is happening in my life because you gave me the energy or the encouragement to do it, and I get that.
Yeah.
I got to pinch because you can, and that's going back to what we talked about earlier, you can truly make a difference in one person's life. That scholarship that I gave to the student, that might be a class that she was like, Mom, how are we going to afford this? There's no way I can drop out. Like, what? And it gets her through. Like, I don't know, but every little bit of something you can do good to pass it on, it makes a difference.
The grandmother had me crying. I've known the grandmother, so she came up to me after the wedding and was kissing me, hugging me. Thank you. You made everything so beautiful. So like you said, so each of us has our own thing.
Yes.
Each of us has our own passions and talents, and you are making a difference, even if you feel like
it's small.
Yeah.
We're all small in the big scheme of the world, but if we all did a little something, it's super big.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know that we're coming up on time, so I want to make sure that I get to a few of these last questions. One in particular is the seasonal home box membership. This sounds really cool. I know a little bit about it, but can you sort of tell us what it is and how we can be a part of it?
Absolutely. So last year I started. I wanted to come up with a way that clients that may not financially be interested in working with me as on a full-time project, or geographically are not able to work with me, but still had an interest in seasonal refreshes and wanted to do for spring. They wanted to put out new little things, but they just don't really know what to buy, or they don't really know where to put them, etc. So I started the seasonal home box. It's a quarterly membership. It's billed quarterly, so you can opt out at any time, or you can do a one-time, quarter. We just sent out the spring box, and it has about 5 to 7 items that are seasonal touches. So there was like a little bunny, there was a table runner.
Nice.
Yeah, so little things that you can put on your table or that you can put out, and then they can be put away. They don't have to be left out for the whole season. For the whole year. It's mainly for season. It's just a little seasonal touch, and then so summer will come, and then you'll get some new little things, and they're always a surprise. And I love that people love them, and they put them on Facebook. They put a little box opened up, and I just it makes me happy that people now are able to get the benefits of seasonal refresh delivered right to their home. So
I love it. That's excellent, and it's kind of fun to get those packages.
It is.
Instead of like a bill from your electric company, you're like, yes, a table runner, yes, something else.
Or the donation form from your college.
Right, I know. Again. But yeah, absolutely, I love it. So where can, if they want to join or kind of read a little bit more about this, do they go to kraylfunch.com?
Kraylfunch.com is where you can find all the information. You can find me all on social media under Krayl Funch, all on Facebook, Instagram, all of that. But there's more information. You go to kraylfunch.com, and there's an item for the shop. And there's a drop down for the seasonal home box.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what about the book? Tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind even writing it. And I know we only have like 2 or 3 minutes here, but I kind of want to know a little bit about the book.
And go.
Go. Okay. Now let's start with page 145.
Right.
Hold please. For those of you that are just joining,
Right.
which you should,
Right.
you should be here the whole time. Shame on you. But for if
You
you
can
are
go
just
back
joining,
and watch
yeah,
it.
you can go back and rewatch it. This is an important book because on this page right here, I think my name's in the book too somewhere.
It is.
I'm a hand model.
Nice.
Is this why sales are so good?
Yes.
Page 145, right here.
That is
She
why.
kind of faded it out too, though. I don't even get like the front hand. I think my hand is faded.
I don't think it's
A little
faded.
weird. It's kind of weird.
She's in another page too, so I'll have to find that.
Your next book, I want a full,
Yeah.
like this.
Yes. It intentionally, and everyone looked so fantastic. I'm sorry we should have done a group photo or something. But
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the inspiration and what's going on here.
An Appealing Plan is a book that I sort of have always been dreaming about doing. I wanted to do a book that encouraged people to celebrate every day. And again, he was talking about doing tablescapes and having different delicious cocktails, things like that. But I wanted to make sure people don't wait for those holidays. Yes, it's a busy time. That's when we think about entertaining and setting a beautiful table. But you can do it any day. You can do it. Your girlfriends are stopping over. Just get some pretty flowers. Set out some pretty napkins. Encouraging people to celebrate every day as opposed to waiting for the holidays.
I love it. Now, remind me, is the book divided into the different, isn't it divided a certain way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Excellent.
Did your research.
I did. I actually read, there's a drink that I love. Why don't you share with them before we head out? You made me a drink one time, and it was, I know, my husband's laughing at me.
Of course.
Of course. Gosh, it was like, was it Bombay Sapphire and lemonade, or you did some kind of sample?
So, I know the event. So that one was, it's called Bobo's Meat, and I actually...
Listen to this, because this is...
Yeah, I cannot take credit for the actual recipe, because it's there's a restaurant in New York City, it's super cute, and they had this drink, it's called Bobo's Meat, the restaurant's called Bobo's, and how many times can you say that fast? Bobo's Meat. So, and it is gin, lavender infused honey, which is what I love about it. So it's a super summer, when the lavender buds come out, and lime juice. So and it's so good.
It was so good.
Yeah,
Did
and
you bring any?
You sprinkle. I did. Well,
it is kind of early. I do have a taping after this, but I guess one isn't.
next time I will. And then you sprinkle it with culinary lavender buds on top of it. So yeah, and I love that one because. That was very summer when the lavender comes out and it pops out and the little bumblebees come out and, so delicious.
Delicious.
I will make sure I'll post that on the website this weekend. So,
Great.
Yeah.
Yes, in fact, if you want, send it to me. I will share it out onto my Superwoman Facebook page. So if you guys don't know, go to Dr. Jaime, Superwoman Workshops and Coaching, and I will go ahead and share that awesome drink. Okay, so before we go, where can they find out all information, how to follow you, etc.? KraylFunch.com?
KraylFunch.com,
Okay.
any social media, or you can just go on to your favorite Google. Go onto the Google and put in Krayl Funch.
Yep, or you can ask Siri, find Krayl Funch.
Search Krayl Funch. That way you can find my website, but you can also find out, what's going on in my world and when new things are launching. And that's the best way.
Any new things on the horizon that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
Well, I'm doing a candle line.
Ooh,
Yes.
yes.
I have a little sampler. You can
I
do
saw
a
that.
little sniff.
Is this Bombay lavender infused whatever?
That one is not,
Oh, this
but
smells great.
yeah. So that's the newest. We're deep into production and all of that.
You should make a Bobo's one. We'll call it Bobo's.
Yeah, I might have to pay Bobo to do that.
I love it.
Always with you with the copyright issues.
I know, sorry.
Yeah.
Facebook is just gonna shut the show down. Okay, if you could leave the viewers with one last thing, one last word of advice in one sentence, 2 sentences max, what would the advice be?
Oh, no pressure. Yeah, that was not on the list. What can you
Know
do?
your anniversary date.
You know your anniversary date, yeah. Well, one tip I did not talk about, which
Okay.
you have here, which I think is really important, is fresh flowers. Bring
Okay.
fresh flowers into your home. And I just am such a fan of the energy that they bring. They don't have to be scented at all. They'll just make you happy, I promise.
I love it. They
Yeah.
do send off a good energy.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, NASA did a study on that. We talked about that another time where fresh live plants and flowers are good for you. Thank you for
Yes.
being here, Krayl.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yay, VidChat Facebook, thank you for joining us on this happy Friday. Next week, Jennifer O'Brien, Feng Shui Specialist. Please go to KraylFunch.com, follow her. Go to Dr. Jamie's Superwoman Workshops and Coaching. Click that like page or go to YouTube, type in Jamie Kulaga and click the subscribe button. Happy Friday. We will see you next week. Bye.